Let's go over the answers for chapters 3 through 4. So you are to write in complete sentences when you are given a writing prompt. It says, write about a time that you have gotten injured or were very ill. How did you feel and how did you heal? I wrote, I was playing soccer in college and tore my ACL. I had to have surgery. I was in a tremendous amount of pain. I healed by completing physical therapy on my knee. So I have here 4 sentences that answer the questions, that are complete sentences, and that's what you need to have as well when you're answering these questions. You need to make sure that all the questions are answered when you respond. Number 1, what does Brian mostly do in the hours following the crash? A, he sleeps. Number 2, who is Brian with when he witnesses the secret? Well, he is with his friend Terry, and they're riding their bikes behind the mall, and they went a different way than they normally go, and he sees his mother with a strange man that he's never seen before and a unfamiliar station wagon that she's in. And that is the secret. True or false? Write T for true and F for false. Number 1, Brian is attacked by bugs and mosquitoes. This is true. Number 2, the plane lands in a parking lot. Well, this would be false because the plane lands in a lake. Number 3, Brian had seen his mother with another man. True. 4, Brian is not used to being surrounded by so much nature. True. 5, Brian has some injuries from the plane crash. True. Find a quote from the book that supports the following statement. Write the quote on the lines below. If he had good luck, his parents would not have divorced because of the secret. And you can copy that down if you need to. Number 1, in detail describe how Brian crashes, then explain his reaction to the crash. There was a great wrenching as the wings caught the pines at the sides. There was ripping of metal, and the plane slammed into the lake, skipping once over the water. The water tore the windshield out and shattered the side windows. This in detail describes the plane crash. What are some things that surprised Brian about the outdoors? Everything was so green. The country around the lake was moderately hilly. There was a rocky ridge that stuck out overlooking the lake. The water was perfectly still. He could see the reflections of the trees. What is the secret? He saw his mother in an unfamiliar station wagon with an unfamiliar man. Describe the sights and sounds that Brian observes as he sits in shock after the crash. Even though Brian thinks the scenery is very pretty, what problems do you think he will encounter here? He sees massive amounts of buzzing mosquitoes. They're mostly a silence because he's alone. He may have problems finding food, staying warm, and keeping away from dangerous animals. Clammy means to unpleasantly Means unpleasantly damp. Sorry, I spelled that wrong. Unpleasantly damp, sticky, or slimy. Haze is a blur. Desperation is a state of despair. Use the vocabulary words above to fill in the blanks below. My hands felt clammy and sweaty, and I tried to wipe them dry as I nervously waited to give my oral presentation. Number 2, with a cry of desperation, the toddler clung to her mother's leg, begging her not to leave for work. Number 3, I was so feverish and ill that I saw everything through a blurry haze.